Hello everyone, welcome to our second webinar, this time dedicated to student hunting. I will also like to welcome Essi, which will be delivering a webinar with me. And we divided it into two parts. The first part, which will be delivered by Essi, is about how to attract the student. And then me, myself, I will be speaking more about the technicalities on how to apply, but also how to approve the applications. We live stream on, and that also means that your questions in the comments will be a little bit delayed. Don't worry about it, ask anytime, and then we will do the little breaks where we will answer the questions. So welcome again, and I will give the floor to Essi, who will start with the presentation.
Okay, I wasn't sure because of the delay. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Essi Salmela, and I will let you know about the student hunting part of this webinar. I will introduce myself first. So I'm actually currently the VP Marketing of my national group ELSA Finland, but I was previously the VP STEP, and now I'm part of the STEP coaching team. I'm really happy to be delivering this webinar for you. Thank you for watching. And because of the delay, it's actually very problematic, but I will have a break after each slide that I'm going to present. So in case you have questions, please ask any time, and after each slide I will have a small break and answer them in case you have them. That's just because of the delay issue. But yes, let's start with the first slide. So basically, importance of marketing. So now that we have successfully launched the STEP cycle, now it is time to start marketing that for all the students. And basically, before we do something, we should always think about why we do this. So why is marketing the STEP traineeship so important? And that is, of course, because marketing is the key. I mean, we already have the great STEP program, but in case we don't market that successfully to students, no one will be able to apply because they simply don't know about the program. So that is why it is very important that we are able to deliver the message about the current STEP launch to all the members of ELSA, so that they simply know that we have this program and they know that it is time to apply. There are certain things that have already been shared within the network. They are, of course, the countdown pictures and then the launch. So basically, I hope you all already know that last week we had the countdown and on Monday we had the launch, and they have been already shared. Thank you for that. And now it is time to start sharing the posts that are important during the student hunting period itself. So just before this webinar started, we got the STEP marketing kit that was posted on ELSA marketing team. So please contact your marketeers on how to get the materials from there. There are multiple materials there that you can use for student hunting, and in addition to that, you can of course create your own material and use the materials created by other ELSA groups. One important thing that I would like to remind you in the very beginning is that every time you share STEP related posts from the Facebook page of ELSA International, please share that. Don't download the picture and then re-download it on your own page, but share it, because we try to get as big of a reach to the posts that we possibly can, and that can be done by sharing, not posting them separately. So please keep that in mind. But I would like to go through the materials of the to be shared part on the slide. So basically, the first thing would be the student hunting posts. So now we have about 4 weeks of student hunting period before the student hunting deadline. And during those weeks, ELSA International will be posting these so-called student hunting posts on Facebook every week, and especially close to the student hunting deadline. These pictures are definitely very beneficial for you for multiple reasons. The most obvious of them being like, these are very easy and simple marketing materials for you because you don't have to create them by yourself. They are easy and they are free. So please use them. Please share them to your national groups, because that is very easy way of promoting STEP within the network. Second thing on the slide would be the marketing materials from the marketing package. And as I said, it was just literally an hour ago posted on the marketing team. But there you can find different kinds of wall photos, cover photos, and other materials that you can also use when promoting STEP. So please contact, in case you are not in the group yourself, please contact your marketeer to get the material from there, because that is also very easy material for you to use because it has been ready-made already. Then the third thing on the list would be marketing materials created by other countries. A good example of this is the video that ELSA Denmark recently posted on our Facebook group. So whenever you create marketing material for STEP, please, if that's okay, share that on our Facebook page so that other groups can use the same material as well. Also, in case one group creates very good marketing materials, please use them, because it doesn't make any sense that every single group creates a similar video themselves. If there is a great video or some great material already, it is just easier for everyone to share the same material. Also, usually the material done by the groups is like very good, so why not use it? Then the fourth thing on the list would be the testimonials. You can find some of them on the website of ELSA International, so step.elsa.org. More will be downloaded there as well. But in addition to that, you can always get testimonials from the people who travel to your country to do a STEP traineeship, or who went abroad from your own country to do a STEP traineeship. I strongly recommend you all to use testimonials as a marketing material. So for those of you who are not familiar with the concept of testimonial, basically a student who has attended a STEP traineeship can write a short, I would say, summary of what they did, and possibly also add a picture of their traineeship. So for instance, if I was to travel, let's say, to Sweden to attend a STEP traineeship, I could write like, okay, so I went to Sweden to attend this and this traineeship. I spent there this and this amount of time, did this and this, and it was a great experience. I learned so much, made new friends, developed my language skills, and so on and so on. And then a nice picture of me having a good time doing my STEP trainee. And these testimonials are, in my opinion, maybe one of the most effective tools for marketing STEP, because even if we have all these nice images and nice catchphrases and please go and do STEP, that is great as well. But the most powerful tool is a short text written by the student, him or herself, who actually went abroad and did the STEP traineeship. At least in Finland, we always get testimonials from people who came to Finland to attend STEP, or from Finnish students who went abroad. And I can already say that, for instance, right now I have 3 of them. I just did them today and they are in English. So in case you wish to share them, please feel free to do that. Also, you can make some of them on your own. Then fifth thing that we have on the list is the so-called how to apply for STEP webinar. So we will be delivering another webinar. This time the topic will be how to apply for STEP traineeship, and that won't be on the Facebook group like the webinar you are listening to right now, but it will be a separate event on Facebook. But that will be targeted for those people who may be interested in applying for STEP, and you can market this webinar in your national groups as well for people who wish to gain more knowledge on how to apply. That is all from the first slide. I can see a very important comment on Facebook. Marketing is the key. Yes, that is true. Very good point indeed. In case anyone wishes to ask any other questions, I will have a short break before I continue with the next slide. Yes, I can't see any questions, so I will just continue. So the next slide will be about a few points about marketing. So the first point is my favorite point: prepare marketing strategy. We all know that if you want to do marketing efficiently, you can't just keep posting random things at random times on random Facebook pages. That is not efficient, because even if you're not a marketeer, you can just use your common sense. It is more effective to say post one post on Facebook per day for 7 days in a row, instead of, let's say, posting nothing for 6 days and then posting 7 things on 1 day. People will get too much information. They won't go through that. They won't read it. That doesn't work. So when you want to promote STEP in your ELSA groups, make sure that you keep in touch with your marketeer and discuss which would be the best days to promote STEP in your marketing plan, so that STEP will get enough attention, but also your other projects will get enough attention. Then the next point, equally important, be careful about copyright issues. We don't want to offend anyone by using pictures we are not allowed to use. So when you use images for STEP promotion or any other promotion, you can always use these image banks such as Pixabay or Pexels. I personally, for instance, always use Pexels. And when you get images from there, the pictures you are looking for are the so-called CC0 license images. So whenever you see that CC0 license, you can know that now you can download the picture in peace and use that for STEP promotion. But please be careful about that. Then the next point has some methods on how to promote STEP. I would say that social media promotion is often one of the most commonly used methods because of obvious reasons. As I said, it's easy, it's also free, and you can get a very good reach quite easily. So I strongly recommend all of you to promote STEP in your social media networks: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever you might be using. But in addition to that, we also have other methods that we encourage you to use. The first one on the list would be the mailing lists. So in case your ELSA group or your university or your faculty has an email list that you are using, please add a small description about the upcoming STEP student hunting for that. At least for instance, in my university, we have a lot of older students who may not follow us on Facebook, but who definitely follow the mailing list. So that is one efficient way of contacting those students who may not be available on social media. In addition to that, you can I always say that it is easier to go where people already are to do face-to-face marketing than to try to get people to where you happen to be in. So here we have a few examples of job fairs, presentations, seminars. So if your university or in your town or city there is some kind of job fair or other seminar or event where people kind of are already, it would be very easy to go there and present STEP as well. So I don't know if you have a job fair at the university, maybe ask them if you can give a short introduction about STEP. Maybe you can have your own stand and present your ideas about STEP there. And that is also one easy way of getting in touch with possible people who might possibly be interested in applying. In addition to that, we have all these other things, universities' websites, student portals, career websites, and so on. So whatever you think is an efficient way in your ELSA group to promote STEP, please use that. These are just a few examples that can be easily used. And the next thing that has been mentioned here is that of course, we try to get applicants for all of the STEP traineeships that we provide this cycle. So we will be wanting to know how many people have applied for certain traineeships. So let's say in case in 2 weeks of time, we know that for a certain amount of traineeships, we already have like loads of people applying. We don't have to focus on those traineeships anymore. But in case we have other traineeships that might not have that many applicants or maybe not have applicants at all, they are of course the traineeships that we now want to focus on, and we now want to get more applicants to apply for those. So please follow the numbers on how many people have applied to certain traineeships so we know to which ones we should focus on.
I would actually now answer some questions which we received meanwhile. 2 of them were concerning the webinar for how to apply for STEP. So the webinar is planned for 5th of December from 8 o'clock Central European Time. And we will live stream it on a Facebook event. We tried before, it looks like it works. So we will start with promotion tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, and everything will be again in this group and also on the mailing list. So you will get to know when you can start promoting this event. Also, one small remark, what just Essi said about providing information on how many people applied. I will, starting on from the Monday, provide you the link and update the link with all the traineeships and information how many people applied for certain months.
Yes, I think that was all of the questions we had so far. So I will continue with the third slide. So basically on the third slide, we have a good list of things that what are the main things you would like to mention to students to convince them to apply for STEP. Of course, it should be easy to convince them to apply because STEP is the best program we have. But here we have listed some of the reasons. So firstly, STEP is a very easy program to apply to. We have listed all the traineeships there already. This time we have the search engine as well, which should help students to decide which traineeships they want to apply to. Secondly, most of the traineeships are paid, or in case they are not, there is some other kind of, in a way, payment that you will get from attending the traineeship. This is a huge advantage compared to many other traineeship programs. So that is definitely one of the things you would like to mention. Applying for STEP is free, also a good thing to bear in mind. And then one of the most important things is, of course, reception. So when a person goes abroad to do STEP, they will have people there to help them with practical issues. They won't be left alone. It is, of course, a unique experience. There are loads of interesting destinations. Diversity is one of the things to remember. And then, of course, you will get the magnificent STEP certificate. Who wouldn't want to have that? So you can mention that as well. Then there are listed some of the other events that are related to STEP that you might be having in your ELSA groups. So in many groups, they have these different kinds of STEP events. We have a few examples here: Step by Step, Step Day, Step Week. So they are one method where people spread the word about student hunting as well. And then I would like to remind you that you can also promote STEP in events that are organized together with other areas. So as an example, we have how to write a CV over here. So your STEP event doesn't have to be only about STEP. You can also cooperate with other key areas or other areas to conduct even bigger events and also promote STEP at the same time, I would say. I think that is all that I wanted to tell you about STEP, marketing STEP and student hunting here for the beginning. So far, I don't see any questions. So on my behalf, thank you very much. And now I would like to give the floor to Aneta about application procedure.
Okay, thank you very much, Essi. Please stay with us in case there would be some questions. So my part is about STEP application procedure. First of all, students have to apply, of course. How to apply? They first choose the traineeship. I will show you our website, which is now updated. We created the search engine, as I said before. And right now, students have three options. They can either search for traineeship. In our search engine, as you can see, we divided countries, also according to duration, languages, study levels, and legal skills. The second option, how to choose traineeship, they have when they click on country overview, and this is something we already had, and that's the flex. As you can see, apply button is in here, also on the main page over here. And also when you click in search engine on the respective traineeship, there is also apply button. And then the third thing, which can also help you with promotion, is traineeship overview, which will show when you click on this. So when students want to apply, they click easily on apply here. We have also the manual on how to apply, accessible on our STEP Officers portal. And as you can see, it's very, very easy. You first fill out general information, contact details, education and skills, CV, motivation letter. And then what is very, very important, they have to click, and you also should tell them on the general terms of participation and agree with them like this, and also our privacy policy, and also click on this. In this case, they easily click on continue, go down, and then what is very, very important, they have to send data. Once they send data, the overview of their application will appear in their email. So that should be confirmation for them. Then the next thing, after how to apply online, is also important thing that they are able to put links into the applications, which also means you have to be very, very careful. And while checking application, also check the links. As you can see, we have a few deadlines. The external student hunting deadline, which is important for applicants, is on 18th of December. And then the selection results deadline, which is also something that students might ask for, is on 26th of January. So on this date, we will hopefully have all of our results available. The next slide, I will wait a little bit if you have any questions. I don't see any right now. So I will proceed with the next slide. And it is the main rules. It is something which you always tell to applicant to keep them in mind this. So of course, just LLM member can apply for STEP traineeships. Then they are able to apply up to 3 traineeships, and they should do it in order of their preferences. All information and in the student application form should be and have to be in English. So when you, for example, checking the and approving the application, which is in other language, contact the applicant and tell him to or her to translate. And then a very, very important thing is that there should be no contact from applicant to the traineeship provider before the selection results or before traineeship provider contacts himself. And of course, there is no guarantee to be matched, but our numbers are pretty good, so motivate them to apply. Do we have any questions? I don't see them right now. So I would go to the part which you as a local and national officer have to do while approving applications. This procedure is at the same time very simple, but also very, very difficult because you have the main responsibility while it comes to approving applicants. So what you should check always is, first of all, ELSA membership. Then validity of the information. So applicant has to provide all necessary diplomas and certificates stating that they have the skills they claim to have in the student application form. Also, as I said, part of it can be also links. When you see the link, you have to click on it and check everything. Because it might happen there could be something which you would not approve. And mostly CV and motivational letter, it is very, very difficult also then for us, but for you as well, to say which motivation letter or CV is good enough to be approved. Well, I would say unless there is something political or something unpolite, and it's not just one sentence, then I would be in favor of approving, because sometimes it happens on some traineeships we don't have any applicants. And then we still match the applicant who, for example, wrote just very, very short motivation letter, but it might be something that traineeship provider doesn't really look for. So he's more interested in the certificates, which applicant has more than motivation letter itself. So unless it's very, very bad, then approve it. How to prevent cancellations? So we try to do this all the time, and we discussed a lot in our network. And what is important is communication with the applicant. You have to explain that we have a very, very serious program, and that the cancellation, once they apply, the cancellation is usually not possible unless you have a valid reason. We have a list of valid reasons. It's either the illness or the change of conditions of traineeship, or also some serious family issues and things like this. But it's not always possible to check if this really happened. But keep in mind that you have to highlight the importance of students taking it seriously. The next thing, which is also important to mention, is that you know that student can apply up to 3 traineeships. In case the student would be chosen for all of them, he or she can cancel all of them except for 1. So that is also important to mention. And one of the last parts is our internal interface. So these were all the things you have to check. And now, how you do it. So I wanted to actually show you step by step how it looks like. But we were very, very successful with the first day of promotion. So we already have a lot of applicants from different countries. That's why I don't want to show concrete example here. But what I will show you, and we updated yesterday, is the internal interface manual, which you can find on STEP Officers Portal. You can find it in handbooks, and just click on STEP Interface Manual. Now it was downloaded, okay. But anyways, there you find all the important information, and also there are the print screens on how the certain steps looks like. Back to the presentation. Okay. What is also important, especially for you as an officer, is our internal deadline. As you can see, Student Hunting internal deadline is on 22nd of December, which makes it 4 days for you to approve the applications after external deadline. Here, I would really recommend you to approving applications from the first time you receive some. So the local officer can immediately, as he or she receives the application, start approving it. And then the national officer has more time then to approve as well, because as you know, there are 2 stages. First, local officers should approve, and then national officers. And after this deadline, everything goes to us, the international team, and we are starting with matching. I will check if we have any questions. Okay. Do the employers get these? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the question is about if the employers get applications after external Student Hunting deadline. They don't. Employers get the applications of pre-selected trainee after matching, which is done by ELSA International team. And the deadline for matching is on the 5th of January. So until that date, we are doing a matching. After this, the traineeship providers are receiving pre-selected applicants. And also we have here, okay, great testimonial, very nice. I would wait a little more if you have any more questions or comments. Meanwhile, I would like to say that if some of your maybe local officers didn't have time to watch this webinar, they will have a chance because it will stay on this group, so they can watch it after. And also, right after this webinar, I will send the email with all the instructions again to make sure that everyone gets that. Okay. So I believe that is everything for now. Then I would like to thank you very much. I would like to thank Essi for joining us, and also all of you. I hope this was useful for you, and don't hesitate to approach me or your step coach anytime you have any questions during Student Hunting. And most of all, share your promotion materials, your knowledge and everything, because that's also why we are here. So thank you so much, and have a nice evening.